What's up, Narko gang? Welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, I know what to do with that like button, that subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified for everything that we drop. Today's video is about Adam22 explaining what happened with Deen the Great and Lena the Plug, aka C-Mac. Because y'all already know Crip Mac had to go in there and pretty much catch the fade for Lena. But at the same time, C-Mac don't got no hands, bro. I'm so disappointed in C-Mac, bro. If y'all didn't see the video will be linked at the end of this video. That'll let you know everything. I think C-Mac was in jail. I think C-Mac was in jail getting beat up, bro. I ain't want to say it. Like, I don't want to say that because that's the homie, but there's no way you was pressing the line. There's no way you was running fade after fade, back to back, and you can't even beat up little old Deen the Great. Even though that was a skit. I said it was a skit in the video. I believe it was as a skit. That wasn't for real, for real. But at the same time, C-Mac, you can't go out there looking like that on the internet, bro. So that being said, I guess this content Narco game.
So let me explain what happened today. So we can kind of breeze past Deen the Great doing a little trolling in the alley. A lot of people very invested in this content.
Yeah. I mean,
I would feel bad if I continued the trolling on this podcast. I feel like this podcast is for the hardcore No Jumper fans, and I do not want to lie to them and act like that was something that it wasn't.
Okay, so that was all just, it was content.
Listen, it's content over everything over here.
It's content over everything.
And the reason why I even want to clarify that is just because then some real happened on the podcast, and I don't want to like sit here and be trolling and acting like, oh, I had a fight with Deen the Great and Crip Mac caught a fade with him or whatever, and then go right into talking about some stuff that actually really happened and confuse the viewers. So whatever, we finish the content, we do a couple of Instagram reels with Crip Mac and everything like that, and then we're doing the interview, right? And he's super high energy, like better than the first interview that we did a week ago. Like way better energy, super energetic, being funny, screaming, having a great time. And I was asking him about some fairly, controversial stuff. We didn't get a chance to talk about the fact that Lush basically set him up to talk about Munchie over the weekend, which we're definitely going to get into.
What a gross mischaracterization.
Hey, I speak for the mayor. I speak for the mayor. Do you want to speak on that?
It sounds like you're being an agent of chaos.
I am an agent of chaos. Check me out. Ching chong. I do all that. But
agent or Asian?
I just had to stop myself. Shut all my agents.
Apparently, we've already crossed that river.
Well, okay, before we even get into all that, you tell us what happened in this clip that went a little viral of you basically encouraging Crip Mac to crash out on your podcast co-host, who we thought that you had some sort of respect or loyalty towards.
Well, so check this out, brother.
Yeah, we'll check it.
So what I was trying to do is actually be like, I'm trying to build and mend potential. So I'm seeing Crip Mac. I'm seeing a different energy from him. I've been realizing, maybe I haven't been paying close enough attention, but per my recollection, Munchie's been hasn't said anything bad about Crip Mac. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him say a single thing. As a matter of fact,
you don't hear nothing.
Yes.
Nah, he talking about as of recent.
As of recent, yeah. Like back in the day.
Well, not really bad. I ain't gonna say bad, like disrespectful, but I think you have kind of clowned him in some of them fades or said he can't fade or.
But that was like a while back. That's not like the.
I mean, that's fair, bro. It looked like he can't fight, bro. Honestly, in my opinion, from what I've seen in multiple fight videos, C-Mac does not have steady feet. His punches are slow. They not accurate. It's bad, bro.
Last month, right?
Since his release.
Recently, but I'm just,
Since his release. So like,
oh, okay.
Or even a little bit before. I haven't.
Yeah, I personally, and I'm not saying he ain't, but I haven't seen Munchie say anything really about Crip Mac like that I noticed for a long time.
Also, you notice who just left?
Spody.
Yeah, well, he mentioned earlier to me, he was like, I don't want to be around if y'all gonna talk crazy about Crip Mac.
No one's gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna talk crazy about Crip Mac.
I know. I'm just pointing out that this is.
Okay, understandable.
It's a little funny, right?
I mean, so basically, I'm noticing a different energy, a different level of maturity, seemingly, and like an understanding of content. Like I saw a lot of the way, Gorlock incident aside, the way that Crip Mac was handling himself with Neon, I was like, okay, it seemed like he's learning a little something, and I was genuinely curious. Is there a chance of him being on the No Jumper show? And then he answered, yeah, like who on there? You feel me? Like Now he did put a derogatory spin on the way he said that, but that's like kind of
Right.
typically expected.
On the word who?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you ain't even have to point that out.
That's
See, them the things, them the pointers you should just like sometimes just
Roll
just
over
go
it.
right over.
yeah, you
Because we just know you love dissing
put more
hoods so
smoke out
much.
there.
You just love
You ain't gotta be that punk. That punk.
probably right.
But yeah.
So
we know.
so
We know.
he said, so I'm like, all right, we all on the podcast, me, Adam, Ant, Spody, Munchie, and he was like, all right, well, if I go on there, I'm gonna say, how I feel about everybody. It is what it is. I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like a somewhat mature. Like I feel like before he would have had a different response because he kind of had a line drawn in the sand about, certain individuals before. Then he was like, well, then he had some harsh words for Munchie. And I was like, whoa, you can see immediately, I'm like, that's not what I was expecting you to say at that moment. Genuinely wasn't,
You said you got a problem with that hood? You said no, not.
yeah, like I'm not gonna fight over it.
You're supposed to be an Inglewood attorney in that moment.
Yeah.
Like that.
Just like we said last week.
What I'm not gonna do is disrespect people that I'm cool with. So that's what I didn't do. You feel me?
Okay, Munchie, do you feel like Lush was out of pocket for even asking such a question, given that you probably could have assumed that it was going to be a no?
I don't think he was intentionally trying to throw me out there to get verbally abused, but I already said over and over again, I ain't trying to do no content with him, no, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it was intentional on his behalf. Like, you know what I'm saying? For him to come at me or whatever, he did that on his own.
And I'm not dumb. Like, I know when I ask that, there's definitely a percentage of a chance of him saying something that's going to be unfavorable. But I'm kind of like hoping, okay, there is a slight chance that he might be like, you know what? Like, yeah.
Okay, so was you looking for a viral response, but you didn't expect him to go that far, or what?
No, I was hoping for a positive response is what I was doing. So I was kind of like rolling the dice, knowing I'm not like ignorant to the point where I don't think that there's potential for like, we're dealing with Crit Mac, bro. Like he definitely is known for saying volatile things.
Okay, and there was a 2-part question because you asked that. In the second part, you said, okay, so this is something you wouldn't have did in the
Correct.
past. So what you thought, like Jill corrected him?
Well, yeah, I kind of thought maybe he had like a different outlook at this point and was maybe potentially willing, because I've seen that happen with a lot of people who would have, I'm pretty sure even
All of us up here.
yeah, exactly. Literally, like there's probably individuals that none of y'all would have sat with that you wound up sitting with.
I mean,
because you've grown up and matured.
Crit Mac does seem a little more open-minded than somebody like 4Extra, who seems like his policy is like no ops ever.
Yeah.
0%. Never. I will never go near an enemy. Crit Mac praises Jab 5 as if they were like on good terms. Like he talks about Jab 5 in like relatively glowing terms, which is kind of surprising.
Got down him straight after that.
They'd fight in there, so like I guess he earned his respect like that, you know?
Usually that's how I go, man. You feel me? Unless you know somebody.
Bro, I can just imagine how bad Crit Mac got beat up by Jab 5, bro. Jab 5 a real boxer, bro. C-Mac not even a street fighter, in my opinion. Like he can't even really run a fade coherently. So I can imagine how bad it. Like you see how Deen the Great pieced him up in the stomach, and C-Mac said, "Oh, yeah, bro, you ain't on Nathan." But
It's just like a piece of shit or a weirdo. Usually, you get that squabble out the way, and shit, it'd be straight after that.
And that's kind of how I took Crit Mac as a individual. Like he deals with people on an individual basis to a degree. So I'm like, you know what? Like, because I've heard him say, "Shout out my good Damus" several times. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, maybe there's. It honestly took me. It caught me off guard. I knew that I didn't know who it was going to be. I knew there was a potential that he might have had an unfavorable reaction, but I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Like even today, I brought up B Braze, and he was like, "I like B Braze." Although he then revealed that the reason why he likes him is because they have mutual enemies.
The biggest thing that's true. The biggest thing I wish I would have done is at that moment been like, that's interesting, Crit Mac, because like Munchie hasn't said anything unfavorable about you. So like I don't know why you're saying this about him. So that probably would have been the thing I could have said. But I was also reading his energy, and he's like, "Do you have a problem with that?" I clearly didn't have I don't want a problem like that. You feel me? Like, so, I kind of...
I could pinpoint my last negative, I guess you could call it negative conversation regarding Crit Mac. And that was some time ago. And the conversation started off kind of cool. Me and Spider was talking about me calling him a J cat and why I shouldn't and why people offended by me saying that, like his demographic, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So and then one of the particular people that was upset about it was Baby Runner. So he called Baby Runner, and you know that phone call didn't go so well. But before that, you know what I'm saying, it was just a conversation about the whole J Cat thing. And that's when he called from jail like Munchie. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, like
Okay.
yeah. But I ain't said nothing about him since. I mean, what, a couple contests ago when I reacted to the Gorlock conversation.
Oh,
And I just like, I know he ain't none of that because remember Tania.
All right, bro. We're going to go ahead and end this video right now. I guess 22 ain't really say too much about the situation. He already said what we all thought it was already, a skit. It wasn't real. Apparently something went down that was more serious than the skit that same night or that same day. So he pretty much came clean. Like, okay, let me go ahead and get this out the way, because if I hear anything further from this situation that happened that night, it had nothing to do with that situation. So he pretty much trying to separate the two situations. Something happened after the skit. There was a skit with Deen the Great, Lena, and Crib Mac that we all reacted to. Something else serious that's not a skit happened, that's not tied to it, right? So that's our whole reason why he came clean and let us know what was really going on. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Did y'all know that it was a skit already? I knew it was a skit. If y'all watched the video, y'all knew it was a skit. So like I said, I will link that video at the end of this video. So please hit that. Matter of fact, it's somewhere right here, right now. Probably over here on that side over there. So hit that video over there again. Y'all gonna see the Deen the Great, Crib Mac squabble. Y'all gonna see the slap that Lena gave Deen the Great. Again, he's steady getting slapped throughout this whole year. It's actually baffling. So with that being said, we have to stay Narko gang. Peace.